I do the interviews. Alright. Gaffer, welcome back. How was the break?
Enjoyable. It was needed after the last 4 weeks of the season, but happy to be back and get started again.
You've got new help in the back room in the form of Michael Payton joining as assistant manager. What was your thoughts behind that one, first of all?
It was a role that was going to be massive for me and the club going forward. The last 4 games of the season we went without. We had people in positions to help out. We've got, as we said, Dino from the 20 stepped up and was a massive help to me, but we needed to fill that role coming into the new season. We had 3, 4, 5 conversations with Pates over the off season and to see if it was something he'd be interested in, and after the conversations it was something we wanted to move on quickly, so delighted to bring him to the club.
Despite the break, you've still been relatively busy. 5, 6 new signings: Ennis Murray, Aaron Arnott, Alex Ferguson, James Graham, Kai Kirkpatrick, and most recently Craig Clay. I'll start with the first one, Ennis Murray. What was the thoughts behind that?
Ennis is somebody that I've been a massive fan on for years, playing against him and watching him closely from before. I just think he's a terrific player, great running power, great technical ability, and he was one of the bigger signings that we wanted to go after early. And I think if you look at the start that he had at Arbroath last season, obviously didn't go to plan for him personally the last few months of the season, but we're delighted to get him to the club. It was pretty straightforward. He was keen on wanting to come, which was pleasant for me. And again, he'll be a massive part of everything we do here.
The next 3, they came in as a wee sort of pack. Was that a busy week for you when Aaron, Alex and James sort of all...
Yeah, I just think if you look at the makeup of the squad and the players that we let go or that left or were out of contract in the summer, I think 6 of them were central midfielders. So we knew that was an area that we had to go after, and I identified them pretty early. That we went and watched a few of them or had people watching them towards the tail end of the season. Pate's obviously worked closely with Kai at Albion Rovers, so that one there was a recommendation from him. And once we spoke to Kai, he's an honest boy. He wants to come play as high as he can and prove himself at a higher league. And Fergie and Aaron, that 2 young players that have had a taste of full time, have dropped down a wee bit, and again are hungry to go back full time. So they kind of fit the profile and the type of player that we wanted to go for. That younger player that's hungry to go and try and get back full time. So to get the A3 tied up, the 1 week was a bit of a weight off my mind.
Craig Clay, he's the other signing that we've made, and he's got a wealth of experience. Was that one of the big points behind bringing him in?
Yeah, as I mentioned there, with the type of profile that we wanted to go after, I feel, especially with the boys that are in the dressing room, it was important to add that wee bit of experience and professionalism to the group. And Craig fitted them all. It's one we had to be patient with. We knew several clubs were after him, but I'd spoke a lot with him. I'd made a lot of effort to try and bring him to the club. And after, I think it was maybe 3, 4 weeks, he'd made his decision and it was us. And again, it's a massive one for us as a club. It's a massive one for us as a changing room to have somebody in there. Obviously with me leaving, being one of the experienced ones to fill the gap with Craig is something I'm delighted with.
And is that you done with sort of transfers? We've got the loans transfer window obviously open now, but have you got your eye on any more signings?
It'll be the squad's basically, it's nearly made up. We've got 1 or 2 things that might happen. The cooperation agreement's still an option. That'll probably take a bit of time with the parent clubs looking to see who's maybe available to go out. But in terms of incomings, we're nearly done unless 1 or 2 appear that might be an option. But overall, we're delighted with what the squad's looking like at this time of the season. And the other bit that we wanted to try and get them in early is just to have longer to work with them. We didn't want to leave it to 3/4 of the way through pre-season or halfway through the Betfred. We've made more permanent signings this season just so we've got that wee bit longer to work with them and get across how we want to play.
You've obviously got some experience on the sidelines already, but it's your first pre-season on the sidelines here at New Central Park. What's your approach been like?
It'll just be what it's been in terms of what we did the last 4 weeks. I said that to them when we kind of stepped in, that this is how we want to do things, this is how we will do things. It didn't matter the situation that we were in, that's what I wanted to do, and that will continue on. Obviously the boys that have been here know me personally and know the kind of expectations I've got of us as a group, and it's just about installing that into the ones that have came in. And that's, again, as I mentioned, the reasons why we wanted them in so early. That way we've got that wee bit longer to work with them, and get them used to how we want to play. Obviously, it's no secret that we want to have the ball, we want to dominate possession, but it takes time to do that, and the longer that we have, the easier the job will become.
With pre-season friendlies, they're all set out. We've got Kirkcaldy away, Broxburn, Dunfermline, and then Clyde at home. Is that a good mix to try the boys out?
Yeah, and because we had a wee bit extra time of planning in terms of, it wasn't late into the summer that I got the job, it was early, we managed to plan that, and we wanted just a gradual build up of the games, and we'll have a gradual build up of minutes in those games. The first couple of games we'll look at trying to get boys 45-60 minutes, and then again towards the Dunfermline game, Clyde game, we'll be looking at getting them 90s. But again, it's just another opportunity to get minutes into legs and to get the boys gelling in a competitive atmosphere. And
speaking of competitive atmospheres, is when the cup draw came out, were you quite excited when you saw some of the teams come up? We've got Livy, Brora, East Fife, and then the big ones Kilmarnock here at New Central Park.
Yeah, again, a lot of clubs will use it as a building process towards the league campaign, and again, we'll be looking at as that as well. As much as we want to be competitive in it, we understand that it's the first kind of crop of competitive games that the boys will face together, so the teams in it give you a really good mix. Like, all of them will be competitive games. Again, you'll never really come across a game that's a guaranteed win. You don't get that at any level. But Brora away will be a tough one. It's a journey for us in a midweek game. East Fife again will give us that challenge that we'll expect in the league as well, and then we've obviously got the two SPL clubs that, again, I've had really good seasons, and we'll need to come up against them, and again that'll test us as a squad and see where we're at come the league campaign.
And as a player, you would always speak about you focus on the next game, but tomorrow morning that's when the fixtures come out. Is there anything you're going to sort of look for?
No, we'll see what the fixtures hold. There's nothing obviously we can do about it. We need to play every day full time, so when the fixtures come out, it gives us that wee something to look forward to, and we'll plan ahead, and we'll set targets for ourselves for each quarter. But again, we want to go into every week competing to win the game, and that'll be the team's objective. We understand we're not going to win every game, but that'll be the mindset going into every game, so it's something to look forward to.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Cheers.